Celebrate Port Credit, the history and the change. Celebrate Port Credit, the village by the lake. Oh, celebrate everything that it has. Celebrate Port Credit, the future and the past. 175 years to celebrate. Oh, and I know the best is yet to come. People from miles around still come here to live and work and play. To Port Credit, the village by the lake. Celebrate Port Credit and everything that it has. Celebrate Port Credit, the future and the past. From the towering trees to the winding paths, lakeside breeze.
On Saturday, January 9th, Port Credit kicked off its 175th anniversary celebrations with an old-fashioned pond hockey tournament. The event took place at Port Credit Memorial Park, saw 5 teams of 6 players battling their way through a series of action-packed matches which lasted all day. A crowd of onlookers braved the cold weather and extreme temperatures to cheer on their favorite team. In the end, the PC Warriors overthrew the Fram Huskies with a score of 15-5.
Celebrate Port Credit and everything that it has. Celebrate Port Credit, the future and the past. From the towering trees to the winding paths, lakeside breeze, open fields of grass. Oh, and I know, best is yet to come. So celebrate Port Credit.
Port Credit has a rich, storied musical history, and just why this is the case was explored on April 24, 2010, at the Musical Heritage of Port Credit celebration, which took place at Clark Memorial Hall. The event was organized by local music lovers Ann Wilson and Cindy McCleary, who presented the free, family-friendly event in conjunction with the year-long celebrations marking Port Credit's 175th anniversary. Visual displays provided by Heritage Mississauga, Museums of Mississauga, Mississauga South Historical Society, Halton Peel branch of the Ontario Genealogical Society, the Canadiana Room of the Mississauga Library, the Mississauga Heritage Advisory Committee, and others were part of the show. Photos and articles from old newspapers as well as videos were part of the mix. For example, the Old Vogue Theatre, built in the 1930s, closed in the 1970s, and now is home to the Crooked Q, was featured in a short documentary. Information on Port Credit resident Leonard Walsh's song Dundas Shale, a tribute to the stone-hooking history of Port Credit, was available. Leonard was on hand to perform his song live. For those looking for refreshments, beverages and light snacks were available. Special event Music Note sugar cookies were a hit. Draws were held throughout the day for a variety of musical-inspired prizes. The event highlights were performances by a trio of bands with strong ties to Port Credit. Acclaimed jazz keyboardist and Port Credit resident Nancy Walker entertained along with her husband and famed Canadian bassist Kieran Overs. Chuck Jackson, Angus Mackay, Chris Towles, and Doug Collier first played together in 1968 at their Grade 8 Forest Avenue Public School graduation dance as members of a band called Blue Condition. The four went on to attend Port Credit Secondary School and by 1988 were known as the Marauders. 42 years later, the Marauders took a trip down memory lane, treating the crowd at Clark Hall to hits from the 60s and 70s. Local doo-wop favorites Little Peter and the Elegants ended the day performing hits from the 50s and 60s. The band was originally formed in the early 1970s while attending Port Credit Secondary School. They made their debut in 1973 at the Port Credit Secondary School Christmas Assembly, and Peter Toller, Port Credit resident and original band member, continues to celebrate the music today.
And we had a great day, April the 24th, 2010. The musical heritage of Port Credit was thoroughly enjoyable. And a lot of people came and saw our heritage displays and listened to the live music, which is what Port Credit is all about, supporting live music.
Well, alright, so I'm being foolish. Well, alright, let people know that the dreams and wishes you. They traveled down the river in 1835 to get supplies for the winter time and help them to survive. With a handshake and a promise to return in early May, a credit line was established, and with furs they did pay right here in Port Credit, the town where I come from, where the white man and the Mississauga Indian broke ground 175 years ago. Here history was made. That's why the river and my hometown share the same name, the name of Port Credit. Celebrate our history. Port Credit, the song is there for all to see. In Port Credit, nearly 2 centuries old. Happy birthday, Port Credit. Let your story be told.
I've watched the salmon swim upstream from the banks of the Credit River. I've watched the kids skate under the bridge, score a goal and hug each other. I've watched the boats tie up to the dock, swear they found paradise. No, it's just Port Credit life. I believe in this town. Port Credit makes me proud. There's a lighthouse on the pier to bring me home. Yeah, I believe in this town. Port Credit makes me proud. There's a lighthouse on the pier to bring me home. And when the sun goes down, there's always a smiling face, a beautiful sound. And when it's time to go, it keeps you coming back. Yeah, you never know who you'll meet walking down the street in this place called paradise. No, it's just Port Credit life. I believe in this town. Port Credit makes me proud. There's a lighthouse on the pier to bring me home. bottom of Hurontario Street you will find her. With open arms she'll embrace you with a smile. No matter where life takes you, you will not forget her face, touching all who meet her for a while. And safe in her arms you'll walk the Lakeshore Boulevard and take in all her beauty and her charm. Wherever you may come from, she makes you feel at home. Our village by the river, Port Credit, the envy of the world. Port Credit shine, your kaleidoscope of lights inspires us all to live the best of life. The hustle, bustle, sights and sounds, it makes me feel alive. Port Credit shine, her smile on me tonight. For festivals and fireworks, it's like a scene from history. Carnivals and candy apple dreams. The children playing in the park, and there's music all around. The buskers selling smiles for next to free. And sails fly high on the vessels floating by, wondrous in their peaceful pageantry. The lighthouse by the river shines, a glimpse of history. And people come from miles around to celebrate.